they were a laxative, they'd be so powerful you could stand on your head and on the ceiling.
That position would not only be unveiling.
Oh boy, we got an episode today.
You're listening to Hollywood on Motorcycle Madhouse on
About
iTunes
to get real in
and
this
all
one.
major podcasting platforms.
Alrighty, man. Welcome to Motorcycle Madhouse Biker News. It's about to get real in this sucker, man. You know what? I'm going to prove just how moronic some people that follow this publication are. And it has to do with a post that threw in through our RSS feed. And I put out a warning on this post. Hey, this is what's being said out there. This is why it's important that you fact check the source that it's coming from, because half of the stuff on there was BS. And it turns around that people don't know how to read the beginning of a damn article. You know, that's the morons you gotta deal with in these times. They don't know how to actually read a story and, you know, go fact check it. That is one of the reasons why I put the links in our show notes for Motorcycle Madhouse Biker News. That way you can go to the article after I cover it, and if you find something wrong, you get the email the journalist to try to get a correction. Now, that worked real good for one story we put out the other day where a kid was having a birthday party. There was a parade. They called it a motorcycle gang when it wasn't even a club. And people freaking emailed in through that link that we provided and made sure that topic was corrected. That's how things work. So anyway, this thing comes through an RSS feed. Now, what's an RSS feed? An RSS, HarleyLiberty.com is a news aggregator, and if you don't know what that is, it means we pull everything through an RSS feed from all different sources all over the place, and it comes in. And, you know, the software that we use, you know, allows about 3 stories a day to come out. And this one got there. I looked at it. I was like, no way. So, you know, I put a note up at the top and said, hey, man, you guys need to, you know, look at this story and see how it's being portrayed. And the information is dead wrong. Here I am thinking, well, you know, the source is there. Maybe, you know, people will go to that source and say, hey, this ain't going on. You know, you got your facts all wrong, and this ain't something that the motorcycle clubs do or any of that. No, what did I get? Oh, you suck this and you suck that, blah, blah, blah. It's like people don't have brains, man, and it's kind of depressing in the biker scene to see that kind of stuff. It really is. You know, so I'm going to cover that. Also, it is great. Remember we were doing that article about that guy who killed the 7 motorcyclists in New Hampshire that were associates of the Jarheads and some of the Jarheads, where the defense lawyer came out and claimed that, hey, the biker was drunk, he caused it. Well, guess what? He was denied his motion for release, and the toxicology reports from him have come out. Well, it wasn't good. Let's just put it that way. Also, Indian. They have a recall out, so we're going to cover that. As well as, you know what, 400 idiots that they, you know, claim were bikers. They're not really bikers. You know, it's one of them dirt bike things that go around. Well, they decided to attend a funeral at the height of this corona stuff. And yeah, you know what? Sometimes people do not have their head on straight. By the way, hashtag rock on. Go ahead and we decided on that finally. I know a lot of people have been asking, hey, why don't you do a hashtag? And I'm sitting here, I don't know what the hell a hashtag is. Well, I settled on hashtag rock on. Also, we got that shirt up in our store. So, you know what? Throw it into the discussion comments, whatever you got on one of our programs. Hit hashtag rock on if you rock on, man. So anyway, let's get through to this intro and let's get on to these stories. Good one today, man. Okay, before we get to the stories, don't forget to go hit us over on Instagram. We just got that sucker going. Yeah, as you can see, different videos on that sucker, so get over there and follow us over there on Instagram. Now, first story, let's go to this one, is the one I am waiting for before I start tearing into some ass, man. I'm going to be tearing into some ass on the next one. This was out of the unionleader.com by Paul Feely of the New Hampshire Union Leader. And we actually did this, we were following this pretty big since the beginning. And, I got in a hot tibby the other day when I was doing the story on that where he's claiming that it was the bikers' fault, blah, blah, blah. And the toxicology report released as judge denies bail hearing request for driver in Randolph crash, otherwise known as the New Hampshire 7. A truck driver charged in a Randolph crash that killed 7 motorcyclists and passengers affiliated with the Jarheads Motorcycle Club. Here it comes. Had fentanyl, morphine, and a chemical found in cocaine in his system that day, and told law enforcement he often would take drugs before starting work. Prosecutors said in a document made public Tuesday. There you go. It's about time some reporting happens over here. And again, this was the unionleader.com. I get it. Defense lawyers got to do what they got to do to get their client off, but I hate the strategy of blaming the victim. Okay? That ain't cool. And especially with 7 people that, died in that motorcycle wreck. Veterans, especially, you guys know how protective we are of our veterans over here at Insane Throttle. In a court document, prosecutors said the driver, I will never pronounce his name, of West Springfield, Massachusetts, on the morning of June 21st of 2019 crashed, consumed 2 baggies of heroin and a half a gram of cocaine. And people were wondering why his business was being sued. Where's the drug test? Where's the DOT card? And wait, you'll get it more. According to prosecutors, his drug use the day of the crash was egregious. You better believe that. Egregious, man. Because he was free on bail on a prior charge of driving under the influence in Connecticut. Okay, so he was on bail and the company still let him drive? Yeah, it's a hack company. Now, what's going to probably happen is it's going to shut down that company, file for bankruptcy, and then the next thing you know, it's going to put it in like an uncle's name or something, and they're going to reopen right up. And, because of the East Coast, the 2 states, I don't know if it was Massachusetts and New Hampshire, they didn't share records. I guess there was a resignation over that in the Secretary of State's office. They weren't sharing information between states, and anybody with the CDL, man, it's supposed to be happening that way. So, old boy right here tried to blame it on the bikers, and here he is hopped up on heroin, fentanyl, morphine. Dude, I'm surprised this guy's still kicking. Prosecutors made the motion in response to the request for a bail hearing for him. Judge Peter Borstein denied. He jailed since the crash, awaits trial in November on multiple counts of negligent homicide and DUI. Of course, he pleads not guilty. They get into the limelight. That's why the prosecutors are doing it. They argued he's a danger to himself and others and should remain in jail. They also claimed he is a flight risk because he is a Ukrainian national. So, after they charge this, I'm going to be nice, charge this guy, and after he gets out, they just ship him back to Ukraine. Anyway, let's get into that ass for those people over there making stupid comments on HarleyLiberty.com. Here's what came over our feed. It is a motorcycle club glossary and terminology, okay? It was by cgag.org. I seen it come through the feed, which is this. You know, it pulled through the feed. You know, it goes through a template and stuff. And what did I put right here? Note, this is the kind of bullshit that people put out about clubs and club members. Half the shit in here is wrong, and people really need to fact check media and crap like this. Put my initials and an Insane Throttle. You know, then they go through this glossary of stuff, you know, with the 69 AMA, blah, blah, blah. The colors, the uniform, you know, half of this stuff is dumb. Stuff, I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Who wrote this? Who was high that day? Anyway, and then, you know, of course, at the bottom, source, cgag.org. So all you would have to do is put that in there, and then, oops, there you go. But it's funny that, let me get this over here. I put note. Again, this is the kind of bullshit that people put out about clubs and club members. So here I am thinking, okay, they're going to go to source, and then next thing you know, they're going to go down and down, and then you'll see advertising and queries and all that good stuff. And then you'll go home, and then you'll see all this stuff. So, you know, you think they would freaking, go after them. But no, instead they get all stupid on Harley Liberty. Well, why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? Didn't you see the fine print, you dummies? Didn't you see, hey, you know, this is the kind of stuff that's being put out there and that you need to fight against. You know, there's all kinds of profiling, blah, blah, blah. No. Yeah, they get all stupid. You know, that's the world I live in today. All stupidity. They don't know how to look at a freaking quote from us ourselves saying, hey, look at this stuff. Go check it out and try to correct it. I sent something over there saying, hey, you guys are way off bases on that. You know, the only way you get a correction in the media or on stuff like that is when you get multiple people to send in the request. That's the only way. You know, yeah, I can try to get through it through our association and stuff, but a lot of times like this ain't, you know, this is cgag.org. It's like one of them freaking, what is that, the Southern Poverty thing. That's what this is for cops. This is the cop stuff being put out. So you need to get in and get your head out of your ass, and you know what, instead of trying to go after us, me, go to the source, read the damn caption right there before all this starts, and, you know, maybe use your head. You know, I know there's a lot of people who don't like using their heads, but it is what it is. Anyway, let's go to the Indian. Indian Challenger recall due to a shaft bearing failure, and this is on the American Iron. So you guys who's got a Challenger, let's check it out. It's issued a recall on a number of 2020 Challengers due to an engine output shaft bearing failure. Ooh, ouch. This failure could cause a sudden loss of power, you think? Increasing the risk of a crash. The engine output shaft bearing may not have been sufficiently lubricated during assembly, possibly resulting in bearing failure at very low mileage. According to the NHTSA, a potential number of 616 Indian Challengers are affected by the recall. It goes on to say Indian will notify owners and dealers will lubricate the output shaft bearings on motorcycles with less than 50 miles on the odometer free of charge. Motorcycles with greater than 50 miles will not require a repair and can either be inspected by a dealer or the owner can self-report the odometer reading directly to Indian. The recall is expected to begin in April of 2020. Owners may contact Indian customer service. Get your pencils out there, you guys. 1-888-204-3697. The recall number is I-20-02. Owners with an odometer reading of less than 50 miles are advised to not operate their motorcycle until it's repaired. By the way, this week's Motorcycle Madhouse Live, we are going to be talking about So, your old man's jealous because you work as a stripper or bartender. Boy, we got something coming up. Anyway, here's the one I'm talking about right here. Biker Dead. What's up there, buddy? Out of WKRG, police union outraged after 400 bikers show up for a funeral in COVID-19 epicenter. Yes, you got the regular hearse there, but it's mostly dirt bikes and stuff. All that good crap. So, let's see here. Go. Anyway, God darn it. Anyway, New York City is the epicenter of the COVID-19 pandemic right now, but one police union says that's not keeping people from participating in lunacy. Yes, it's all freaking it's dirt bikes, all that good stuff. It's a mix of everything in that freaking thing. Anyway, it was 400 bikers gathering in Queens for a funeral amid the coronavirus outbreak, saying happening now more lunacy. Yes, some people, my ass right now is sequestered by myself. And, other than riding, working in the studio, doing, some lifting outside, working out on the bike, I ain't going nowhere near people. You know what? I know they said 6 feet, you stay 20 feet away from me, man. That's all I have to say. Hopefully at the end of April, this stuff starts calming down. So anyway, there was my bitchin' for today, man. Is it so hard for people to use their damn brains? It's that gray matter between the ears that you're supposed to develop as you grow older and wiser. You would think that you're reading an article that you would read it from top to bottom, or, read as much as you want, but at least the top, where it gives that disclaimer, hey, this is stupid, do something about it. I can only do so much. It takes a whole group, the whole scene, to actually do a correction. And it was awesome to hear that a lot of people emailed in and got that title changed, got rid of the motorcycle gang. Again, what you need to do is if you don't like an article you see, or you see something wrong within that article, there's the link. Click that link. It don't take but 5 minutes to email the person and say, hey man, there needs to be a correction out on this. Here's why a correction's needed, and hopefully it gets taken care of. But again, you need multiple people doing this stuff, because eventually the journalist gets tired of all the emails and all the crap talking, and they finally relent, and next thing you know, it's corrected. Again, read the disclaimers if you ever see something come across on our news wire. Hey, this ain't looking right, man, but you know what? I don't got 50 hours in the day to go through all the articles that are happening on HarleyLiberty.com. I prepare for a radio show. I do a lot of other promotions on social media because, quite frankly, and I'll admit it, I really didn't pay attention to social media, when I should have. So we're building that up, and thank you for the 72,000 followers over on our Facebook page. Again, with the radio show, you can either see me recording it over on YouTube, or you can see it over on Facebook the next day at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's a video page. Has all our videos up there, as well as BitChute, man. I'm going to start doing a lot of different stuff on BitChute, because I don't have to hold my freaking tongue over on BitChute. I don't. I can just go. So, what do you guys, what do you guys think, man? You think people should read the disclaimer? You seen it, in black and white yourself? You think, hey, again, people just freaking amaze me and how stupid they are. And half of these freaking guys probably ain't even bikers, for all I know. You get the haters. Hey, that's the business I'm in. You gotta take the haters. Boy, do I get a lot of haters, man. Let me tell you. But that's just, you know what, that even ain't bordering on haters. That's freaking stupidity, man. And that's one thing I freaking hate is stupidity. Anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about what's going to happen on Thursday, man. You know, I was talking to an old friend of mine. Well, yeah, old friend, I guess you could say that. And she was like, you know what, my husband's always bumping on me because I'm a bartender, and, you know, I got to do certain stuff to bring home the money. And, you know, I'm old school, I get it. So I'm going to be talking about that type of stuff the way I think. Because to me, it's foreign that bikers are actually getting mad about that. It's like, dude, hun, go out there and make that money for me, man. But that's just the way I came up. Now, I know there's a big PC culture. I got to get used to it. People say, well, you know, that was 1990s. This is the 2020s. Man, get the hell out of here, man. You know what? Three things don't freaking change in the biker community. Ass, grass, and you know the rest. You know, I can't freaking, you know the rest of that, man. But, so, yeah, that's coming up on Thursday. Hey, hopefully you guys call in the studio. I'll leave that going on for you. Don't forget the hashtag rock on, man. You know, that seems pretty cool. I really haven't learned about hashtags until recently. So, yeah, rock on is that one, because you know what? Rock on, man. That's my thing. So, with that, you guys stay safe, and let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. I'll see you live on Thursday, man. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be fun, man. I got to, have some fun. Everybody's all serious all the damn time.